Hey, this is Coach Woolley, the Holistic Trainer, and this is a demonstration of the ankle, gas, and brake mobility exercise. This exercise is a very valuable tool for improving the range of motion of your ankle. When you're doing this exercise, it is done on the floor, so make sure the surface you're on is comfortable. You're going to begin by having one knee on the ground and one knee up. And what we're going to do is take the knee that's up and bring it over our foot as far as we can without our heel rising up. So I'm moving my knee forward and I'm stopping at the point where I'm right about to feel that heel wanting to lift, and I'll stop. So don't go past it to this point. You're going to stop right about here. When you're doing this exercise, you can have a table or a chair next to you for support to help out with your balance, or use the other hand to stabilize against the floor, either on your palm or make a fist. This first part of this exercise is going to be a passive stretch. So I get to that furthest point right before my heel wants to come up, and I'm going to hold this stretch, taking it for 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds is up, I'll begin the isometric component, where I'm going to start by pushing the balls of my feet into the floor. As I push down, I want to continue trying to squeeze my knee forward, not going so far as your heel comes up, but stopping right before that point. So I'm driving my front foot down. This is the gas component for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to lift the toes up off the floor without letting my knee come back for the next 10 seconds. After I've done both of these movements for 10 seconds each, I'll relax and repeat the isometric, where I drive my knee forward, getting it to the furthest point I can. Then I'll begin to drive the front of my foot into the floor for 10 seconds, continually trying to push this knee forward. Then, without letting the knee move backwards at all, I'm going to lift the toes up towards my knee. So try to bring these up this direction and hold this position for 10 seconds. One important cue when you're doing this exercise is to not let the ankle collapse. So as I move my knee forward, I want to make sure that the inside ankle bone here isn't moving towards the floor like you see. I want to try to keep this position straight. So imagine as if you had a credit card that was on the floor next to your foot. The credit card should move straight up and down. We don't want to have the heel falling inward. Driving the toes down, then lifting the toes up, and relax. Once you're done with the number of repetitions prescribed for you, you'll perform the same exercise on the opposite side. Moving the knee forward, making sure the ankle bone is up. Do the first 30 seconds as a passive stretch, just holding this position. After the 30 seconds is up, begin the active gas component, where I'm driving the front of my foot down for 10 seconds. Then, without letting my knee move backwards, lifting my toes up for 10 seconds. And relax. Now, if you have difficulty being in this kneeling position, whether it's uncomfortable on your knees or on your back to be leaning forward, you can also perform this in a seated position. And what you'll do is bring the foot you're working on as close to your butt as you can without your heel rising. So slide it back to the maximal point, have this knee over this foot, and do the same stretch. 30 seconds passive hold, then the 10-second gas component where I'm pushing down, and the 10-second brake component where I'm lifting up. The number of times you're going to do this exercise is determined in your exercise program, so please follow the protocol that is prescribed for you. And this is the ankle, gas, and brake mobility exercise.